Welcome back to the backyard pond. This pond was dug with an excavator, we loaded the pond with bait, and then we added just a few bass, and now we've got bass problems. We're back at the backyard pond and we have more drama at the backyard pond. I don't know about these largemouth. In the fall, I put 3 good-sized largemouth in. We already lost one in the spring here, and I just put that video up and we're sorting through what people think happened to that fish. And I was just out here earlier today and I see one of the other 2 largemouth swimming around, almost blind looking, and I'm thinking, what's going on with that fish? I get a little bit closer and its eyes are all like a bacteria or something. There's a growth on both eyes. So I'm going to attempt to find that fish here, net it. We'll probably have to get it out of here in case this is some kind of contagious disease, but I want to definitely get a look at it. It does not look good at all. So we'll try to track that fish right now, see if I can net it, because it doesn't move too much when you walk right up to it. The air temperatures have been warming up. Our water temperature is now warming up too. We must be getting close to the 60s. We're definitely in the 50s. The water quality looks great, as it usually does here. I don't have a lot of fish. Here's a bass right here, but that's not him. I can see the tag. I don't have a lot of bass in here, like maybe only 5 now at this point, so I don't think we're overcrowded or anything like that, but we definitely have an issue with this bass if we can find it. The bass I saw earlier, I'm certain it's a largemouth. It's not moving very quickly, and you can really see the white over its eyes from 25 feet away, so it should be pretty obvious once we come across it. I don't know, I did 2 laps of the pond, so far no luck. I saw it maybe 3 hours ago and it was going so slow around shore, I think I honestly could have caught it with my hands. I just didn't have the camera with me, so I said, well, I'll wait, grab the camera and see what we have here with this fish. Unless it knows the end is near and it's hidden itself away here in a tree or some of the brush that we have. This is the first really nice warm day in a while, and you can see the sunfish have really kicked it off. They're up high in that warm water. The minnows are really active. They're feeding now too. What a difference one warm day can make. A lot of sunfish there. We've got a big smallmouth over there eyeballing some minnows that are in the little bit of cattail growth, but I can't find the one I'm looking for. No luck yesterday trying to track that bass down. It must go deep into the cooler water, but I just got back from work today and saw him swimming up the middle of the pond, just an inch or 2 underwater, really slow, looks to be in about the same state. So I'll see if I can grab him here today. This is a lot harder than I thought, especially when I got to set up a camera. I just saw him again. He's swimming out to the center of the pond, right by the aerator. Oh, this is harder to do than I thought. I got to go back up high so that I can keep my eye on him. Lots of sunfish here. I don't know if you can see them. I'll throw some food in. We'll get some sunfish feeding, some minnows feeding. Maybe we'll get a bass strike here. I went around the pond again twice. I cannot see that fish. It definitely is diving down quite a bit. Yesterday I should have just grabbed it with my hands. It was right in front of me going along shore. Looked like it didn't have an hour or 2 left to live, but it's still kicking. The water's warmed up nicely. The fish have come to life. That top layer of the water is quite warm. Minnows are really active. There's 20, 30 sunfish right there, eating, happy. Everybody looks happy except for that one bass. I've got my thermometer here on shore in shallow water. Yeah, that's nice and warm. Shallow water, we're up to 68, so 20 degrees Celsius. That's quite nice on this south-facing side here. I really didn't think it'd be that difficult to catch a half-dead bass, but it has been. There was a bass. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. That fish has more life in it than I thought. It didn't look good yesterday, but it looks about the same today. It cannot be eating much. It can't see much of anything. Day 3, there's the fish right there. We're gonna get him today. This is embarrassing, but he's been swimming around everywhere, so I'm definitely gonna get him right now and end this and see what kind of growth this fish has on its eyes. There he is, there he is. keep coming to shore. Keep coming to shore. Keep coming to shore. Am I gonna do this with one hand? How much can he see? Oh, he heard me. I have to put the camera down just so I get this fish. He's got enough senses. He sensed me, went a little bit deeper, so I'm just gonna leave the camera here and actually net the fish. There, he's right there, coming to shore, hopefully. Look at that. Comes up and then he goes deep. Again. The fish is in the middle again. This is way more difficult than I thought. It can definitely see out of its right eye because it could see me as I was walking along the shore and it just kept cutting out to the middle. The right eye is really bad. Left eye, about half the size, but I don't know if you can see the fish, but it's about 25 feet out there. I'm gonna sneak over to shore ahead of time. Oh, come back. This fish is like a submarine. It comes up and then it just drops down to where I can't see it. I think the fish is right here, maybe. I think that's him. He's jammed in shore. Oh, he's got some life. There he is. Finally. Oh, that took way too long. So that took way too long, but there's our fish and you can see the fish's eye. It's like white. The rest of the fish looks okay. It's just the eyes are like white. There we go. Very strange eye growth. Some white sort of tone on the skin. Does that mean anything? It's like an ooze. Sorry, man. It's just a film. It's just a film on the eye. Very disgusting. This one's much worse. This right eye is in bad shape. The net actually knocked a lot of it off. That is tag number 7. Give that fish some water. And tag number 7, that came in with those 3 largemouth that I brought in here late October last year. We already lost the biggest one. That one was 4¼ pounds. This guy was 2.44 pounds, 15¾ Now we've lost 2 out of 3, which is kind of strange. I've got 3 or 4 smallmouth in here doing quite well. But the largemouth from that group seems to have caught some kind of disease or virus. About a month ago, we found the first dead fish. That was the largemouth, the 4¼ pound one. Not sure what happened to that one. This guy's been swimming around here now for a few days with something on its eye. You can definitely see a film on it, bluey white almost. I really don't want to try and remove that film. Like, I think this fish is in trouble and basically going to not make it. So if you're just tuning in now, this is a small pond and I kind of treat it like an aquarium where I only have 5 or so good bass in here and I want to load up bait on the heavy side, fish on the light side. So I can't really afford to have a disease run through my bass here because I don't have that many left. So my gut feeling is to probably just get rid of this fish. I don't believe he's going to make it. He doesn't look good at all. He hasn't looked good for 3 or 4 days. So really unfortunate. I was hoping the largemouth would spawn this spring. I was kind of thinking May would be my time to bring the camera out and have some underwater cool video on the largemouth spawning. But now I'm down to basically 1 or 2 largemouth. So my odds have been cut in half here with the 2 dead bass. Still has good color on the side. You can see the stomach is thin. It has not been eating at all. It can't see anything. How is it supposed to catch food and minnows? There he is. Decent color, but definitely that bluey white film on its back of the head here, down the scales has got some kind of that blue. Well, that's not good news. Just like that first bass, that one really hurt. That was our big kind of prize bass of the pond. Now the second one down. I just don't know what's going on here. I hope I don't lose any more. Again, the smallmouth are doing fine. I thought smallmouth would be more finicky, more delicate, a little more difficult to keep in a pond, but clearly I've got a largemouth issue. So fish tag number 7, deceased. Another one bites the dust. That is not good. I did actually weigh that fish after I turned the camera off. That fish came in late October last year, 2.44 pounds when it came into the pond. Today it was exactly 2 pounds. So that fish, it hasn't been eating for a while. Those eyes did not just develop like that in the last few days. That's probably been a long-term thing with that fish. You know, it was struggling and suffering. It was basically caught in the long grass here against shore. Didn't really know where it was. So yeah, that fish is obviously visually not going to be able to track down any of this bait that we have in here. We have the fast moving shiner minnows, some sunfish for them to attack and eat. It's just not going to be able to get that food into its mouth if it can't see. So it was certainly struggling and suffering. So got rid of that thing that's out of the pond, and hopefully that is the last time I have to net a fish out of here this summer. So now being down 2 bass and not starting with that many, we may have an issue here with the spawn. We'll see if they actually do set up nests, because the water's warming up. They should soon start to get in shallow and find a spot that they like, and we'll see if they can dish out a nest. So thanks for watching this one. I'm going to keep an eye on the pond here, make sure we don't lose anything else, and then hope that we can get some bass spawning on camera.